All right, STMA cabinet makers. This video is an introduction to Onshape. Now, if you go to Google and you type in and you search for Onshape and you click on the first thing, this is what the login will look like. And this is where you don't want to log in. You want to log into this one right here where it says sign in to St. Michael Albertville High School. All right. I'm going to show you, first of all, you'll want to use this link. So bookmark it, do whatever. It's basically mystma.onshape.com. And the rest of it doesn't matter. Okay. So find that and log in here. But just in case you did log in on the regular Onshape, you'll know the difference right up here. It has this icon, and this is the wrong Onshape to be in. So you'll want to go over here to your name, click on it, and then go to switch to St. Michael Albertville High School. Now, if you don't see St. Michael Albertville High School, email me and let me know. Mr. Bovey, I logged into Onshape and I could not switch to St. Michael Albertville High School. All right, that means that I have to add you to the system of St. Michael Albertville High School. So it's not your fault. So I'm going to click on that. And what happens then is it's going to actually log me out of this one of here and bring me to the proper link. So when you get to this one, this is where you'll want to bookmark this and open up your MySTMA. All right. So the assignment that I'm going to be making is we're going to be starting the face frame for a small cabinet. All right, we're going to go up here to create. We click on create and we are going to create a document. And now for this project, this is the only time we're going to do this. So we're going to go to create this document and we are going to call it, let's just call it small cabinet. And small cabinet is the name of the project, but you would want to do this. You would want to say, I am in cabinet making, CM, period, 3, underscore, Joe student, underscore. Okay, so actually we can put an underscore there too. All right, so this tells me you're in my cabinet making 3 class and your name is Joe Student and the project you are working on is small cabinet. So we're going to do that. Hit OK. And here comes our workplace. Now we're going to go through the interface here real fast. This assignment is a very simple interface and we're going to be just building off of this. So when you get started, it automatically starts you in a tab down here called Part Studio because you need to draw a part. And so what we're going to do is we're going to rename this part right here. We are going to call this the face frame rail. So FF rail. All right. Now, the rail is, I will give you the numbers here in a little bit, but we're going to start a sketch. So let's go ahead and start this sketch by clicking on that. And now I can choose, see how these planes highlight? I can choose one of these. It doesn't really matter which one you want to choose. And so when you do choose it, you get a little nice outline right here. Now I want to go up here and grab a rectangle tool and I can click on this and grab and draw a rectangle. Now that isn't really a rectangle when you look at it in 2 dimensions. So I want to look at it like in 2 dimensions. I want to go like this. I want to right click and go to view normal to sketch plane. Now my rectangle looks like a rectangle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the end of my board. I'm going to click on it like this. And notice now that it highlights right here. This number is highlighted. I'm going to call that 1. And I'm going to hit the Enter key. Now it moves over to the other entrance here. And I'm going to call this 0.875. That's 7/8 in digital format. All right. I'm looking at the board on the end of it. So we're going to accept that sketch. Excuse me. And now you'll notice that the tool board up here changed. All right, so we're going to come along here and we're going to choose extrude. We're going to go ahead and click on that, and we're going to click on our shape. And we are going to extrude this shape here. Oh, let's see, how far should we extrude this shape? We're going to go 15 inches. So we'll type in 15 and hit enter. And it looks like nothing happened, but it actually did extrude that. So I'm going to hit OK here and show you what I'm talking about. See that right there? All right, we extruded that out. So that is one shape right there. That is called our face frame rail. Now we're going to go ahead, and now we need another part. It's called the style. All right. Now do not go up here and create a new document. Go down here and insert a new element, and we are going to insert Create Part Studio. Here now we have another tab that says Part Studio, and we are going to rename that Face Frame Style. All right, there we go. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to create a sketch. We're going to put it on right here. Now this time I'm not going to flatten it out to 2Ds because I want you to see it grow. So I'm going to come over here and draw my rectangle. And the first number is going to be 1. Second number is going to be 0.875. And there is the end of my board. I will approve of that sketch. And then I will use the extrude from the new toolbar. And this one is going to be 8 1/4, which is 8.25. And as I click up here, whoops, I don't want to change the name of that. I want to click out of here. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't highlight this. So let's go ahead and highlight that. And there it extrudes. Okay. I could have highlighted it before, and then it would have extruded when I typed in the numbers. All right, let's go ahead and approve of that extrude. So now I've got two parts, and I want to assemble them. You don't know what I'm assembling right now, but you will in the end here. So let's go ahead. We're going to click on the assembly tab that they already gave us. And when we do that, some things change up here. No longer can we sketch, but we can insert. So we hit insert. And now I can see my two parts right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 rails. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to add, let's see, face frame styles. We're going to add 3 of those. 1, 2, and 3. All right, zoom out to show you what I got going on there. Now, here comes the hard part. I'm going to go ahead and approve of this. Now, when it comes to our assembly, we have all sorts of what we call mates up here. We're going to use this one a lot, fastened mate. So we're going to use that one. We're going to click on it to highlight it. And now I'm going to zoom in. And what I want to do is I want to put this board coming out of right here. All right, you'll see what I'm talking about here. And when I'm fastening something, I want to highlight the plate or the plane that I want to connect to. So notice how I'm highlighting a plane here. It's bordered by yellow. I can highlight the top plane here. If it's hard to highlight, you got to zoom in. And otherwise, this is the one I want right here. Now, which one do I want? I want the one that's 0.875. How do I know which one is 0.875? Well, that's a good question. I'm going to go ahead and look at it this way, and I can tell it's kind of tough, but I've got a good eye, and I think this looks a little longer than this because that was 1 inch, and this is 0.875. This is very important to make sure we get that right. So I'm going to use this side right here, and I'm going to go ahead and choose this middle piece right there. I'm going to go ahead and choose that middle grip. Click on that. Now, when I come over here, I'm going to highlight the end of this, and I'm going to choose a middle grip on the 0.875 again. So I have to look at this and go, okay, I think this is the skinny side. We're going to go like that. And when I do that, it mates them together. All right, it didn't, this particular spot here didn't mate it the way I like it. So luckily, I have these 2 little options right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to rotate it around that mate. And there, that's what we want. And so when I get it the way I want it, I'm going to hit the green arrow. No, there's a problem here. This is the style. I need it to, I'm going to come back in here and double click on this. And I need this to come, I need it to go, well, let me show you. Let me show you. So I have double clicked on this and I got to double click on this. And, well, what do I need to double click on here? Oh, we'll go ahead and use these right here. So this is the arrow that I wanted to click on, and it's changing it. All right, so this is, you didn't really get to see it, but all right, this is the way I want the long rail and the skinny style to connect. All right, I'll try to show you some more fasten mates here as we move. Okay, so don't panic. We're going to go ahead and approve of that, and then we'll click on fasten mate again, and we're going to rotate here. I'm going to go ahead and hover over this plane, and then I'm going to choose that one, and then I'm going to choose the end of this, but again, I want to look. Yeah, I want that 0.875. So I'm going to hover over that, and this is a little bit shorter than an inch, and there we go. Now notice it moved from the other piece, it disconnected. Don't panic on that. We want to hit solve, and it will solve. It'll move that over there. So that one is the one that we did right, but look at this one right here. Something's wrong with that. Well, again, we can try this device right here. We can click on it and see if it will move around, and it doesn't quite move around. So when that doesn't work, click on this one right here, and that's going to change it. And now let's move it around. There. That isn't, wait a minute here. That is not quite right. This one is right, and something, let's hit solve. There we go. Solve fixed it. Nice. Now, one thing that can help us on the solve is that these things are floating around. We need to right click on this and go to fix. All right, what that does is it fixed that, it anchored that piece into that part of the universe. All right, that piece is not going to move. Now let's go ahead and put this piece on there and there. So what I want to do here is, well, I already have the mate activated, so I might as well just hover over this side, and I'll go to that grip, and then I'm going to hover over this end, and I'm going to go to that little grip, and we'll see what happens. Okay, that doesn't look right, so I'm going to rotate it around. That doesn't look right, but it's close. So I'm going to click on this one. Well, that doesn't look right either, but I bet it's going to fix it for us. There we go. That looks right. So play around with these until it fits in the right spot. It'll make sense as you get going. Now here comes a real hard one. Well, actually, this one isn't going to be too difficult. So we're going to hover over this, and we're going to choose this piece right here. And then we're going to go down here, and we're going to hover over this plane, and we're going to choose that right there. And it should match it up. Well, it does. It matches up those two little grips, but not the way we like it to. And so we are going to, let's try rotating it and see what that does. Oh, see how it rotates it between an inch and 7/8? That doesn't what we want. So we want to flip it this way, and that fixed it. All right, just double check that it doesn't look like this, okay? Double check that you don't have a little gap right there. So I'll click on one of these guys, and it should rotate it for you. Now, when you're all happy with that, hit the green problem right there, the green check box. Now, that looks like what we call a face frame. All right, just to remind you, the ones going uprights are rails, and the ones going sideways are stiles. So you're all done with this, and now you need to share it with Mr. Bovee to turn it in. All right, making sure that your naming conventions are correct up here. You can go ahead and correct it now if you need to. You can still double check it. So go ahead and make sure that it says the cabinet making and the period you're in, and your name, and then small cabinet for this instance. We're going to come over here and hit share. And what I'm looking for here is the team tag. The team tag, and then we're also going to look at these boxes right here. We're going to go to share and link document. Now, what I want you to do is look for, in the teams, I want you to type in cabinet making, and you can see already I've got cabinet cabinet making house A or B. You decide, of course, you know which one you're in, so choose one of those. And I think they're going to show up here because you should be in our system. So I'd like to know that though, if you'll see these houses. So go ahead and choose. I'm going to choose. I already chose house B, so there it is right there. And now I'm going to hit share. All right, and then once it's appeared up there, I can go ahead and hit close. All right, now you're done. You've turned it in. Let me know. Actually, as soon as you hit share, I get an email from Onshape, so you don't need to send me an email. But what I'm going to do then is I'm going to check to make sure that it's in here in the teams. So cabinet making house B, there it is. There's my file right there. And I should be able to click on that and take a look at your project. And I would have to click on this tab and then I can look at that. Okay, this is what we call a face frame for a cabinet. If you don't quite know what a face frame is, that's okay. You will by the end of the trimester. All right, good luck. Go ahead and draw that and then share it with me.